Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And tonight, we're talking Mr. Banks. Yeah, it's been too long since we said that, BlueDragonFive. Welcome back to the Disney corner of the So You Want to Be Imagineer YouTube channel. How you doing tonight?
I'm well, but I think I'm coming down. It's like, achoo! Oh, wait, there are a bunch of snow minis around here. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, BlueDragonFive.
Yes.
Are you feeling cheered? What killed the dinosaurs? Elsa! Oh god. Okay. So this is kind of like a little bit of a double feature here tonight on Talking Mr. Banks. We're going to break it up into two videos because the latest Disney film just got released, and obviously I think for you and me, BlueDragonFive, a case could definitely be made that if it weren't for Frozen Fever, we probably wouldn't have even gone to see Cinderella, right?
Most assuredly.
Most assuredly. I don't know, maybe I would have seen it just because, like, I saw the potential based on Kenneth Branagh. I was always a big supporter of the Branagh. So, so I kind of, basically all the things I liked about Cinderella, and we'll get into that, are things that I already predicted that I would like based on the casting and the directing and everything like that. But anyways, we're not here to talk about Cinderella just yet. We're here to talk about the short that preceded it, and probably the reason why Cinderella got as good of a box office reception as it did. Frozen Fever. So what kind of background do you have about this?
Yeah, real quick, interesting background here I found out. Okay, so in a nutshell, backstory for how we got this short. So the creators, the creators / directors of Frozen, Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee. So they're much like everyone else. They were amazed by how popular and successful Frozen was. So they had the idea to come back with a short. They were really nervous about it because they think, oh my god, how are we going to possibly top this? Can we revisit this universe? And this is still in the time, I believe, when they're still thinking before any official confirmation was happening, or they still think that. I think the whole thing of the short is they were testing the waters.
Mm.
So
was this during the Once Upon a Time stuff? Was that going on?
Well, again, I'm not sure how involved they were in the Once Upon a Time.
I hear it, yeah.
Anyways, let's see. So basically, they're a little trepidatious after how successful Frozen is, but of course, since Frozen's so successful, they figure, hey, let's do a short. So again, perhaps testing the waters for a sequel with this short, most likely. So anyway, the original ideas for shorts they had were like it was going to be Olaf-centric, but then they remember, well, we got to get to the heart of what made Frozen really popular. It was about the sisters, the sister dynamic, so they went in that direction. The original story was going to be, originally I thought it was going to be this too. It was going to be, it was called Frozen Fever, and it was going to be Elsa having a cold, just kind of wreaking havoc throughout the town. Mm-hmm. The birthday was Anna's birthday was added later, and that's what gave us the short we have today. And also two little side notes. Really interesting idea, and it's in the short about the string is actually comes from Chris Buck's little Easter tradition. He ties strings to the kids' Easter baskets and leads them to the house.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Okay.
Also, little fun fact in terms of where continuity-wise. This is set a few months after Frozen, and it's Anna's 19th birthday.
19th, okay.
So a little bit of setting of the universe there in case it factors into the plot of a movie, perhaps.
We'll see. Maybe perhaps Frozen 2 might center around her 21st birthday. I don't know. Respect.
Remember, Elsa's the older one. She's like she's 20.
Yeah,
she's 22, I think.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. All right, is that all the background you got?
That's it for the background.
Okay, so first of all, just to talk about how much of a genius marketing strategy was this on Disney's end, because they've got Cinderella, and I think you and me can both agree, we both could probably find faults in Cinderella. I mean, I sure have a lot of them. I mean, as Monkey said, there's a lot of things you can riff on when it comes to Cinderella, but without Frozen Fever, like, do you think this was like just a really, really good marketing strategy that Disney had in regards to putting it up against Cinderella?
I think it's a bittersweet marketing idea in terms of, like, from the consumer's point of view of, like, well, I don't want to see Cinderella, but I gotta see that Frozen short. And that's exactly how it got me, really, because I mean, I didn't want to see the Cinderella because I mean, we already have the version and the ideal version in our hearts, but with that Frozen short, then it looks good. You love the first Frozen movie. It's looking really promising and fun in the trailers and stuff. Just the idea of it, and you really want to see it. So it was a brilliant move in terms of getting people to see a movie they probably wouldn't have seen otherwise.
Well, to be fair, I think you and I could both agree we definitely did see frickin' Dragon 5, Big Hero 6. We definitely saw Big Hero 6 on our own accord. You and I kind of have mixed opinions on that movie, but I think it would have been a little bit of a tone shift if they had Frozen Fever before Big Hero 6.
Hmm.
Ideally, I think what you and I both would have liked to see happen would be what they did with the 2 Toy Story holiday shorts that they did, and see like a half-hour thing, because I guess if there's one complaint I can have overall about this, it's that it really is too short, and it's like just when you're really starting to get into it and get back with these characters, it's like, okay, it's over.
I tell you, when I heard a Frozen short announced and they didn't really give any details on like what it was going to be attached to and whatnot, at first I was thinking it was going to be like a half-an-hour special on ABC, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be so happy with that.
That's kind of basically what you and I were both assuming, yeah.
Yeah, and I was so looking forward to it, but then it didn't happen. But I still got this though, and this was great.
I remember I was the bearer of bad news when it came to telling you about sex.
All right, yeah, you did tell me that. I was like so crestfallen, like no. It was like pretty much like the Woody moment from Toy Story when the match comes out. No.
Okay, well, was Cinderella actually being good the matchstick moment?
Well, nah.
Let's not go that far. One other thing I have to say, I do believe that the Frozen 2 official confirmation was right around the time that Cinderella came out, right?
Yes, I believe it's after after the critics have seen the.
After the critics, but before it was officially released.
Yeah, exactly. In that little window of time where like the people
okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think that was a strategic move on Disney's part to announce that when they did?
Well, again, I can't verify, but I'm like almost 80% certain that this was their attempt at testing the waters. Pretty much had it fallen on its face, it would have been, well, we made a little short, and it's great. Like they did the same thing with Tangled. They did a little epilogue with Tangled. And I'm not saying that's the reason it didn't get sealed, because they've said that they thought about it, but I forget what the
okay, I don't screw Frozen 2 or Tangled 2. I just want to see a Frozen and Tangled crossover. I'm waiting for that to happen.
Well, actually,
I already pitched that as my Christmas.
You did, and by the way, I have some stuff that'll blow your mind. There's some additional princess cameos in that movie.
Are there really?
Yeah, I forget some of the other ones, but I know one big one was that Princess and the Frog were in that movie.
Disney Princess Cinematic Universe, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I know it's more of like a little cameo, like they've had Belle in like some other movies, but still, you know what I mean? It's like still just the fact that in Princess and the Frog, they were in there, and saying they were in there at the coronation, so they were there.
All right. Well, we should probably get into the actual... So, you and I, we've made a habit of doing these beat-by-beat recaps, but... we don't have notes for this one because we saw it in the theater, and it's very difficult. I've tried. Like, I've heard some film critics can take notes in the theater, and they're fine with it. But for me, it's very hard to do that because of just the lighting and everything like that, and I always feel like I have to, hold the cell phone light, and I'm afraid that I'll annoy other people. I tried taking notes when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy for the second time, but I just couldn't do it. I gave up after like 10 minutes. So we're just going to have to wing it. What do we remember about this?
Sure. Okay, so we see Arendelle's abuzz as Elsa prepares at the kingdom for Anna's big birthday surprise party. We even see surprise, and we see Kristoff and Sven kind of have it covered. They're reassuring, hey, listen, Elsa, don't worry, we got it all covered. Everything's great. We got a little sign up there. Olaf can't read, which is hilarious. And
Olaf, again, definitely great comic relief. Proves he's great comic relief. He's used just enough in this short. I'm really glad that Olaf wasn't the main focus of this short. He's used just enough here, just like he was used just enough in the film. So kudos to Disney for that.
Yes, and a little similar, funny, little similar thing. that much like Once Upon a Time, there's ice cream cake in this universe, which I think is an awesome idea. Olaf, we see Olaf sampling the cake, and apparently the cake is a chocolate ice cream cake, which is it looks really good, by the way.
I know. It's like Charlie Brown food. It looks really appetizing.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Olaf sampling, and there's a really adorable moment again, kind of like almost like a parent-child moment. So adorably done. It's like Idina Menzel does a great job, as Elsa just pretty much just saying, Olaf. It's for Anna. It's for Anna. He just takes the cake.
And then he just spits it back out.
Then again, he's a snowman, so I guess it's fine. And
I guess so. I don't know. I'd be a little bit grossed out.
I don't know. I mean, he's a snowman, though, so I mean, it's like, no, he doesn't have actual spit. It's ice, and she made the thing. She cooled the thing with ice.
Very true.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, so the point is, they're getting ready, a little cake, everything's all set up, and we notice, Elsa's kind of getting a little sniffly. Meanwhile, then we have a little homage, a really great. There's so many. We should mention this. There are so many little Easter eggs and visual homages to Frozen. This is really they put so much in this in just 7 minutes. It was amazing how many references and gags they put into this thing.
Yeah, they know this thing has a dedicated fan base, so gave them a little treat.
So we get a little homage to the scene where they wake up. Where Anna is trying to wake up Elsa being frozen, but now it's reversed and they're older. And also a little homage to one of my favorite things, just seeing Anna's with the messy bed head and everything.
That is like one of the most endearing things about Anna to me. The bedhead.
Oh yeah. Human princesses. Anyway, so then basically wakes her up. Hey, it's your birthday. You got stuff to do. Wakes her up. She does a little. Let me get your opinion on this. So she does this little thing where she makes new dresses. I assume not to give the marketing people a heart attack.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
But no, it is visually nice.
That's my opinion.
I'm
going to call it like it is.
It is visually kind of cool looking. I'm more so asking you your opinion on like how she made the dresses. So what do you think? Is it still ice powers?
No. My answer to whatever you're asking me is that she made the dresses for money. That's my answer.
No, I don't mean. I
know. I'm not applying logic to it. I refuse to apply logic to it. That's what I'm saying.
Fine.
It was a cash out. It was a total catch out.
Well, I'm going to answer this. I think it's.
Go ahead. What's your explanation?
My explanation is I think it's like because there's a lot of green in the dress. I think she's kind of mastered a way of like manipulating an aurora borealis, but into color around the dresses, and maybe like she just a little effect where she put the flowers on. She's using the little ice powers as a wind gust to put the flowers on.
Okay, so do you think the Disney marketing department is just going to be like, oh, let's put a little aurora borealis around the dress? No, it's like they're going to make a new dress because that's the point of it.
Moving on.
I knew that would be a sticking point. Okay, what's
point is there might be some logic behind the dress. Which I'm saying for the next movie we might get some new fashion that she can make, which could be kind of cool.
Money.
Anyway, so then we get a really great song done by the Lopez couple.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, I liked it.
He's gonna replace "Let It Go" or "For the First Time in Forever." That's all.
Well, I think it's. I'm not saying it's replacing because you know how much I love "First Time in Forever," but I think it's definitely.
I know. I'm just saying, like in terms of being memorable, I don't think this is one that kids are gonna walk out of the theater humming.
No, it's really that sticks in the mind to me. It's like really catchy in the background. It's more good background music. That's what it is.
It was a Jeremy John song for me. I forgot it in T-minus 10 seconds. Oops, already forgot.
Anyway, so I think the song's pretty neat, and I think it's a good thing to put the short to because it is getting a lot of plot out of the way while it's kind of giving some lyrics.
Yeah, that's true. It's an exposition dump, which is kind of what the problem is for me.
But, so it's called Making Today a Perfect Day.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we see through the song, things are getting making today a perfect day. Yeah, it's sketchy. So we see like as they're doing little fun things, again homaging our movie, like they're driving, they're riding bikes through the place, and like when she was alone, but now she doesn't have to be alone. I
love the shot of the portraits.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So again, we're following the string through all this because Elsa's got a whole birthday planned out for Anna, and you're using the string to lead her to a bunch of little gifts and surprises along the way, such as sandwiches, which is real funny. And a nice little painting, because again, paintings are important in the Frozen universe, like the painting of the parents, and a painting of all the gang. Yeah.
Right.
So, anyways, a bunch of little fun little surprises. Also, I really appreciate a lot of the writing that's in the song, such as like saying, we spent you spent all your birthdays alone outside my door. Now we're gonna basically get rid of all that.
Yeah, that's a nice bit of a thematic tie back to the original.
So I love that throughout the song, it's kind of celebrating kind of the positivity of like now we don't have to be alone anymore. I mean, you and I were together, and your friends and everyone is around you now. So it's a good message to the song. I liked. Anyway, so continuing forward here, we see so Anna is throughout the song. Anna's picking up on the fact that Elsa's kind of is getting sick, and then there's the great line. Elsa's in denial about having a cold. She says, "Well, a cold never bothered me anyway." That was kind of cute. It was forced, but it was.
No, I don't think it.
Well, apparently they put it in there because I don't see this.
I thought the Once Upon a Time reference to, why aren't you cold? Oh, the cold never bothered me. I thought that was more tastefully done than this.
Well, no, this one was like a cold, and believe it or not, apparently, according to the creators, that a cold is apparently some kids keep misquoting it by saying a cold never bothered me. So they're kind of clarified here, a cold as in cold, at you, over the cold. So I don't get it myself, but still, I think it's kind of a cute little gag. It's kind of funny.
I thought it was a little on the nose.
Well, that's the point. At you. Anyway, so basically, Elsa keeps downplaying the fact the obvious fact she has a cold, so basically it doesn't spoil Anna's birthday, which I think is endearing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Elsa continually sneezes throughout the whole thing, and as she sneezes, unbeknownst to her, we see they keep going back and forth on names on this. I don't know what the official name is, because there's like I've heard like magazine articles called Snow Minis, which I like. So there's like the snow minis, the snow babies. I don't know what they're calling them exactly.
Yeah, okay, it's an interesting idea, but how logical do you think it is that every time Elsa sneezes, it's just like these little snowmen come flying out? To me, it's a little bit disturbing, to tell you the truth.
Well, I think it's because she's
based on like just a purely logical way to look at it. And also, BlueDragonFive, I just have to say, cha-ching, cha-ching. Like, those are just going to sell 1 million plushies. I think it's a little bit more excusable than the green dresses, but still, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Well, it's kind of bringing an idea we might like to see in the next movie of like having. Remember, I pitched to you in that Frozen 2 thing that snowman bar.
Oh, I'm sure we'll see them in the next movie. Yeah, I mean that's like definitely like the big thing we can take away from this is that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see more snowmen, which is seeing more snowmen's a cool idea, and these little guys they're cute, and I gotta admit I wouldn't mind having a little plushie of these guys because they are adorable. I
gotta admit I wouldn't either, but god darn it, Disney, that's why you're so good. You're good, Disney.
Anyway, so with these snow minis, plus there is kind of a funny idea behind them. I forget how valid this is, but I believe someone said like the idea is they're kind of like boogers, but they're snowmen.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. It just kind of grosses me out a little bit.
Well, to me, I thought of it as well. It's because she doesn't know that she's doing this intentionally. It's just kind of remember, Olaf was created on a reflex action. So are these guys.
True. Okay.
So Olaf is created on the reflex action. So is this, and she's not really aware she's doing it. And because she's in such a happy mood, I guess that's the reasoning behind it for me.
Also, I'm hoping that our fellow comrade Monkey shows up for the Cinderella podcast that we're going to do after this, because he's kind of like, he told me he might be able to show up, but it's kind of in the air. But one of his thoughts for Frozen that I thought was really good, that I don't think you're going to get, but I think I'm just going to say it anyways, is as Elsa gets sicker and sicker, she starts turning more and more into her Marine character from Rent. Like, she goes from singing as Elsa to singing as Marine. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly what she did. Good call, Monkey. All right.
Okay, let's see. So again, we explored kind of the birthday galore here. We're going around, a bunch of surprises. I'm sure there are like a ton of Easter eggs we're not even picking up on. They crammed so much in there. It was so awesome. So let's see. So again, more sneaks.
Oh God, what's his name?
I know. We're gonna get to him.
Okay.
So basically, a bunch of surprise, a bunch of little cameos, and basically each sneeze is creating again a bunch of these maze, and they're running around, kind of causing some harmless mischief, like they're kind of messing with the, like messing with the cake is against Snowmen Love Cake, which is a really cool idea, by the way. Like an Olaf just like taking a shot. Oh yeah, fun.
Right.
They're saying Chris, that's like kind of like a short in itself of Kristoff and Sven dealing with these little snow minis, like all the mini chaos, like they're taking down the banners that you gotta put
Yeah,
back
it
up
is
again.
kind of like a little like B story within the overall story.
Yeah, so let's see. So then we see a really brilliant thing. I really love this. So we see a little mini trading post stand, and it's Oaken. Oaken kind of interrupted his little mini solo.
I think Oaken is like one of the most delightful bit characters in the entire Disney canon. Like, he works so well for what they use him for, which is just like one scene comic relief. He's just fantastic for that.
Oh yeah, I still think Kristoff. I still would love to see like a little apology bit at some point because Kristoff did kind of mistreat him.
And I really want to see that sauna.
Well, we did get a little glimpse of this idea. I thought was brilliant with the saunas.
Yeah, I know we get the little mobile sauna, but I'm saying I want to see the sauna in the actual shop. I want to see what that setup's like.
Well, anyway, so the point is, I love the little mini sauna. Just cracks me. That's his entrance through because he's in the sauna. This is a little miracle cure of my own invention. Anna takes it because Anna's polite. She gives him some business. So I can just assume Anna, because she likes this guy, maybe make up for Kristoff's mishap. She brings her there, gives him some business.
Also, really quick, Monkey said the cold never bothered me reference made him faceplant 8 times.
You're all babies about the reference.
Just saying, not his words, not mine.
Anyway, so let's see. So we get again the rehash of the really funny gag that Olaf can't read and he can't spell either because he just screws up like the happy birthday Anna.
Yeah, that's funny.
Really funny because remember, well, he doesn't have a skull or bones. I guess he doesn't have reading capability. Go figure. Then we had a little cute bit with like a bunch of like a little choir of children that apparently Elsa has set up for Anna. It's a non sequitur, but it's pretty funny.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, let's see. So then we see Elsa continually getting more feverish, more sneezy, and lightheaded. And this is what Monkey was talking about here.
I'm sure. Yes.
And I gotta tell you, I kind of wrote. I'm not saying it's like a drunk per se. I'm saying like kind of like what's the term I'm looking for here? Not like not a drunk, but it's like just kind of a loopy. Kind of loopy and light.
I think that's the best way to describe Maureen Johnson from Rent, is loopy.
I gotta tell you, I really liked it though. I liked loopy, lightheaded Elsa. It's getting her more to play with.
I mean, Idina Menzel, she's had experience playing these characters, but the great thing about her range is that she's also, I feel, Elphaba from Wicked is definitely much more in line with Elsa. So it's kind of funny to see her kind of revert back to her other favorite famous Broadway role, just for a little bit.
Certainly. Again, I do love I love giving Elsa more stuff seeing Elsa get more stuff to play with in terms of like kind of branching out because she is a little straight-laced in Frozen, obviously. It really makes me interested to see her have more of a front-running story and like give her more like human stuff to do in Frozen too. You know what I mean?
Certainly.
But not that she didn't have Frozen stuff. I'm saying more lighthearted stuff. In Frozen. Yeah,
no, definitely, because all her arc in Frozen was just like the big emotional kind of core of the thing. So yeah, you're right. It was nice to see a lighter side to the character.
Yeah, I love giving Elsa a little lighter side. Elsa, we like Elsa. We want good things to happen to this girl.
We don't like we like Elsa, but we love Mike.
We do love Mike. we really, really like Elsa. Anyway, so Anna's getting concerned as she's getting really lightheaded, and then she's she's going around here. Let's see. So chaos is kind of getting the chaos is getting reined in at the party. So basically, they're starting to get like they're kind of getting the snow minis under control here. Then she's climbing the clock tower, getting a little more loopy and feverishly lightheaded. She's going upstairs, and the animation here is great. Just how they captured it so well. Yeah, she's a little lightheaded. As she gets progressively sicker and more feverish as she's going up the thing. Anyway, she's going up the clock tower. Really great animation, and Anna's getting more concerned as she almost falls off the tower. Anna catches her just in the nick of time.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, some good tension there, good musical build in that. Plus, I really love just the visual fact that I don't know if it was done for the birthday or not, but the clock tower has little Anna and Elsa figurines on it.
Oh, yeah, right. Now,
by the
just
way,
to clarify, I'm assuming that this is the same clock tower as in that song, right?
I'm sorry?
The song.
Oh, yeah. By the way, speaking of the first time in forever, they do pretty much, throughout the whole
No,
thing,
not
it's
First
kind
Time in Forever. I'm talking about, I can't remember the name of the song, stupid me, but the one that Anna sings with Hans.
Oh, yeah, you mean Love's an Open Door.
Yeah, that one. There's a clock tower in that, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they don't have their own version because it must have been a birthday gift because she's decked out in her new Frozen dress.
Okay.
The point is also, speaking of figurines, I want to point out that yeah, they're really adorable. Like a really smart reference of like she's filling with the cake and like putting little ice figurines on it because she's too distant. Basically, she recaps the whole movie of Frozen on the top of the cake.
Right,
like she makes little figurines that are standing apart now, too distant, then like together, and then like the whole sad like oh no, she's dead. It says no, too morbid. And she really funny. I really like that. Okay, it was this bit after the figurine. So basically, you saved her from falling to her demise, which is really, good for Anna, yeah. So basically, after she almost falls, Anna saves her, improves her. Now they're walking up because, yeah, kid, we gotta get you in the bed. You're coming down with a fever, you're burning up. Even for you, it's not good.
Yeah.
So, so Elsa's feeling real bad. She feels like she let her down in some way, and then we see, obviously it's not the case. And then we have a surprise. Surprise, yay, happy birthday, everything got together. In the end, there's probably a thread, mind you, but still everything got together. Anna's really, I love just the reaction shot, it just cracks me up. Anna's just like beyond excited. Elsa's like happy, yet really, really surprised. Like, what? This is not what I planned for, but still. Also, then she kind of realizes in the background, she sneezes and she catches the fact when she sneezes, she calls these little snow minis. Let's see. So basically, we close things up. So basically, Kristoff has his one musical sing because he doesn't really get to sing in these movies yet.
No, not yet. Hopefully in Frozen 2.
Except for reindeers are better than people. He's like, I love you, baby.
Which is awesome.
What is it? It kind of turns into like a good version of the ending of Grease for Frozen.
Oh, God.
Again, a good version.
I hate Grease.
I also hate Grease. Let's see. So basically, everything's going through, and like hullabaloo, and everything's all happy and go lucky, and then pretty much the ending is like, Gail, so we gotta get you in the bed now. Seriously, he says, no, I gotta close the thing out real quick. I gotta do the ceremonial horn. She blows the horn, but as she sneezes, as she does the thing, and then her ice batter's a little out of whack, and basically, this is the best gag of the whole thing.
I think in the theater I literally let out an audible, oh my god, as soon as I saw the French Isles. Which, Southern Isles, I'm sorry. As soon as I saw the Southern Isles, I literally let out an audible, oh my god, in the theater, which made me feel like a complete dork. But
I was laughing hysterically when I just saw the whole thing on transpire, so pretty much same thing. So she sneezes, like a huge ice blast comes out, a giant snowball, and we see pretty much almost like it's not like a live action moment of like from the Lego movie or anything, but it's a small, like you see like a map of Southern Isles appear. Snowballs traveling there. Snowballs traveling there, and then we just see kind of.
It's almost kind of like an Indiana Jones thing.
It's a little map more like Indiana Jones. And then we have a whole Back to the Future homage, which I went bananas for. Hans is serving out his punishment. He's shoveling the manure. From all the bad stuff he did in Frozen, and then he's hit with a giant snowball right into the manure, and basically he gets the Biff Tannen treatment, which I really thought was hilarious. They gotta do that every movie. I think I'll be happy.
Oh God!
Treat him like Biff Tannen.
I think Hans is Biff Tannen. I think that's the best comparison you can make. We're on something there.
Whoever thought of doing the manure thing, they had to be thinking Biff Tannen. I don't care. They had
fly. Anyone home? Fly.
Kristoff, anyone home? Okay. Anyway, so then we see the sisters, and basically Anna attending to her sister and dad. Karen for Elsa, and basically, thanking her for the birthday, and and pretty much saying, all I want to do for this birthday is care for you, Elsa. That's all. The two of us together. That's all I want. British, he made that come true. And they're really nice, but then she had a little cute sneeze, and then a few snowmans drop in the bed. Yay! And then, how could we possibly end it even better than that? It's a nice little emotional ending. How do we get to a better, hilarious ending? Marshmallow, the snow golem.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And again, supporting a bit of my idea. A bit of my idea of like the snow castle being used as like a recreational hangout for
You're right.
And tourist attraction. Just Marshall opens the door, there's a knock at the door, it's Kristoff, I believe Sven and Olaf, pretty much ushering in the snowman. It's very much
a big army of them come in.
Yep, this is a legion of them. Olaf's leading them in, and pretty much just Kristoff is like along the lines of, I just don't ask, or you don't want to know. Really hilarious. It's funny, the first movie after credit scene is with Marshmallow, and so it's a little short.
Yeah, exactly.
Really funny.
Exactly. All right, so I guess with that, what do we want to get into? Do we want to get into
just our thoughts on it?
All right, just overall thoughts. Okay, well, I guess for me, the only complaints I have is just the cha-ching factor that they kind of mixed in there. But it's a little subjective. I mean, it's fine. Like, I understand thematically the wardrobe change, even though I am sure that was a marketing decision. I think the little snowmen definitely are much more acceptable when it comes to just, like, they're obviously made to sell toys, but I think they can actually be used for plot purposes going forward. So, overall, I thought it was good. I really want to see them do, like, we've been talking about this for a while. We did a full show about it. But I'd really like to see them do a Frozen Christmas special like they did with Toy Story. Like, I want to see that happen. Make it a half-hour long. I think it has a ton of potential.
Yeah, I could definitely see potential. Again, I'd love just like a half an hour Frozen short. I mean, just to hold us over until the mix. The movie would probably be a ways off, by the way. I mean,
yeah, because we've got let's see, we've got Zootopia or whatever that movie's called coming out next year.
Honolulu in 18.
Yeah, which I'm stoked for, but
I know. Unfortunately, chances are it's looking like it'll be after Honolulu, which means we have to wait till 2018. I mean, then again, they could just kind of spring like in front of the movie.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts, I loved it. A ton of fun references. I think it had all the integrity. Had the integrity and love of the original in it, which I thought was a reason it was really good. Simple story, and it had a really cool song, in my opinion. It was endearing. At the end of the day, it was really endearing. You can see the animation. The animation was fantastic. It was
even better than the first one, I'd say.
Oh yeah. Also, they've used like a new crowd. They used Big Hero 6 crowd technology on this.
Oh, nice. Too. Okay.
And used a bit of that. They also used I forget if it's the Hyperion. It's some sort of new render done by the Hyperion studio. Done by the Hyperion was the original name of the original Disney studio. That now
right.
Like, either name for like a little animation outlet that does the animation, or it's the animation program. I'm not quite sure. The point is, like, it's a new rendering software they're using, and it looks fantastic on it, by the way. And just again, little subtle touches of animation, like when Elsa's all fevery. The food they magnified how well they can do the food. And it was really fun. You see all the little emotions, all the little subtleties. Pretty much every shot of this thing could make a great screensaver for anybody. So again, it's a little taste. I think overall it's just a taste of a sequel that looks really promising for the next movie, and I think it shows that the creators of this have respect for the universe, and it makes me just I can't wait for more.
Yeah, for sure.
It was really fun. I would have loved it to be longer, but I'm happy with what I got. It was really
nice fun. Little taste, nice little epilogue.
You know me, I love mundane. Just the idea of, hey, let's throw a birthday party, and then just have like something go wrong. It's simple. They took an idea as simple as that and made it into a really fun time.
Okay, so transitioning on, that's a good transitioning point to. Now that we know there's a Frozen 2, what can we expect moving forward? Are we more optimistic about it? I'd say the answer is yes.
Yes.
All right, definitely. I mean, for obvious reasons, like you said, it's you know, it's obvious that they took time and care and effort into establishing the world, fleshing it out a little bit. Do you want to go over, like, just really quickly some of the ideas we had for Frozen 2? Because that was honestly one of our most successful videos. I'll actually post a link to it if anyone watching who's new to our channel wants to check it out.
Well,
I'll post a link to it after. But notably, what I really want to see going forward with Frozen is I do want to see an antagonist. Like, I think that's important moving forward. I think the first movie worked because it was breaking conventions and everything. And, you know, Hans was serviceable enough, I guess. I still kind of have issues with the whole last-minute twist when it comes to Hans. But I really think that this series needs a full-blown, like, big-level antagonist. What do you think?
I can agree with that. I wouldn't mind a new bad guy. And two things real quick. Just I don't think it'd be a bad idea to have either as like consultants or assistant writers or board artists, like the guys that worked on Once Upon a Time on their Frozen story. Because again, they really had it down what to do with kind of going on more with the Frozen universe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I want just a beat-by-beat copy of Ingrid.
No, of course not.
That was a fantastic villain to add to the Frozen universe. Or
I'm saying
a weird sort of like subspace Frozen universe that was Once Upon a Time.
I'm saying there's in terms of like the character evolution more so like kind of like just going on with like some ideas to explore. Maybe Anna having a bit of resentment towards what like underneath it all, having a bit of resentment for being alone all those years. And
sure, exactly.
The point is, like, I love the biggest thing I really loved and all that. And it looks like we even got a little taste of it in this short of like kind of Elsa and Crystal having some back and forth. I really loved. I want to see that develop more.
You've been pitching that for a long time. That's definitely a character dynamic I'd like to see fleshed out.
And also just the thing, I mean, in terms of antagonists, that again the Once Upon a Time, the Frozen Once Upon a Time story had Hans in there in a really decent role. Like, it seems I wouldn't mind seeing like a runner of like bringing Hans into the fray, but not as a big.
You were rolling around in gold bars.
Just that's weird and ouch. No, I wasn't literally rolling around gold bars. My point is, you know, I wouldn't mind. I like kind of having they had a factor in Hans, but not in a big role in terms of like who the main antagonist is. I mean, I wouldn't mind continuing to see that, but I still wanted like a new antagonist, new point of view. And the biggest thing I would love to see in the Frozen sequel, in addition to like a little snowman hanging out or making that into an attraction, because how can you destroy that structure? It's beautiful. I would love to. Again, I want to push Elsa's character. I wouldn't mind. I'm not saying marry her off or anything. I'm just saying I would like to see her maybe fall in love or something. Well, it's just like, see, well, I'm saying I've been pitching, like, I'm saying, I remember I threw the idea out that maybe the bad guy turns into her love interest by the end.
That's true. So
I'm saying something like that. Like, if the bad guy, it would be nice if we had like a really ruthless bad guy who gets turned good by the end because of Elsa and what she's been through, and basically these two hit it off. Okay. And maybe like a fun dating montage of like Anna trying to get her sister, out there in the world and trying maybe. Like a little speed dating thing or something. Pretty much all of them not working out. Maybe that's how you work Oaken in there. Hello.
Oaken Sana and speed dating.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like the little fun references like that. I think could be. I mean, I just want to push the Elsa character. It doesn't have to be a love interest, but it's an idea of something to go with. I want good things to happen before. That's an idea.
For sure. Yeah. All right. So is that about all we have for Frozen Fever?
Pretty much. I think it's the first one is the brilliance of the name. It's like kind of it's a meta gag of like, yeah, people pretty much going bananas over Frozen. We had a whole season of a different show, like a whole season of a show that's not even related to us. They got mileage out of this, so of course people still have the Frozen fever. It hasn't gone away.
Like it's going on. Like we're hitting 2 years since Frozen came out pretty soon, and
we're still going pretty strong.
It's still like a freaking like my dad works at a party store, so he gets a bunch of merchandise from all the different various like kids properties, and I mean, no surprise, Frozen is by far the biggest seller. I mean, he says they sell out of Frozen all the time still, so it's ridiculous. It's just like a huge moneymaker, and as long as they take the care and creativity, I mean, I think the one downside with a Frozen sequel is that inevitably it's going to be like the big pop culture explosion all over again. But that's really not the film's fault if the film itself is a good product. So
I mean, look, But I think
Yeah,
I think the most positive expectations we get, most hopeful, would be just hopefully it'd be like Toy Story 2. It'd be another fantastic sequel that still keeps all the integrity of the original and just moves the story forward.
definitely,
I
definitely.
think that's what we can hope for at the end of this. Hope it gets a Toy Story 2 type sequel.
Okay, okay. And all right, I think that will do it for this episode of Talking Mr. Banks. I would like to thank WDW Magic for allowing me to, post the link here so I can get a few additional views. Hey guys, hey WDW Magic people that are watching.
Hello.
Hello, I am Oswald Cobblepot, and you will not get this reference unless you watch our TV recaps. Anyways, go to wdwmagic.com. They have a terrific Imagineering forum. They also have all kinds of, it's a great database for Walt Disney World, all things Walt Disney World, all things Disney, fantastic website. I just got voted out of the Soul Imagineer, had a little bit of a snafu about it, kind of had a colorful reaction, but I'm okay now. Anyways, any last words, Blue Dragon 5?
Achoo! Hey, minis.
Yeah, okay. You roll around in gold bars? Ouch.